Today we are making a no-knead maple oat bread. Let me show you how we're going to do it. First step, we got to get our oats ready. So we're going to take 1 cup of rolled oats. Then we're going to take and measure out 1 cup of boiling hot water. To the oats, then we're going to go in with 1/4 cup of real maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, you could use honey. Okay. And then 1½ teaspoons of salt. All that out of there. Okay. Stir that up. We're going to go ahead and let that sit for about 10 minutes and let the water hydrate our oats. All right, our next step, we're going to add what was our boiling hot water, which it's been sitting for 10 minutes while our oats hydrated with the maple syrup in it and of water. So next we're going to take our water that has cooled off quite a bit. You don't want this boiling or it'll kill your yeast. And we're going to take our yeast, we're going to add it into our water, give that just a little stir, and then we're going to pour it right into our oats. And stir that up. All right, next step. I've got a bowl here that has 1 cup of corn flour in it. You can also use whole wheat flour. To this bowl, we're also going to go ahead and measure out 2 cups of all-purpose flour, or you could use bread flour. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in our oat mixture. That smells good already. Okay, and we're going to give it a stir. It's coming together nicely. Okay, so we have a total of 1 3/4 cup of water altogether in this loaf of bread. Now we've got to wait 3 hours for this to rise. We're going to go ahead and cover it. You can put a tea towel over it or some plastic. Okay, we're going to set it aside. We'll come back to this in about 3 hours. Okay. We're ready to go ahead and get our loaf pan prepared for our bread dough. We're going to take a little bit of butter and we are going to coat the inside of our loaf pan all through the bottom and up the sides. You could use oil here too, but the butter helps impart a little bit of flavor. I'm using one of those American, I think they're, USA pan. If you guys haven't tried these are the best loaf pan I've ever used. They're great. I would highly recommend these. Not that I'm sponsored or anything, this is my favorite pan. Okay, set that aside. So we've got our loaf pan nice and coated with butter. And then we're gonna get our oats and we're gonna coat this with our oats. We have a half a cup of our rolled oats and we're just gonna sprinkle some of that in on the bottom. And just like you would dust a cake pan, you're going to dust your loaf pan with your oats. You're not going to use the whole half a cup right here. You're going to reserve just a little bit to put on the top of your bread dough. So we've got it coated. Set that aside. Then we're going to take our dough and we're going to go ahead and start shaping this. To do that, you want a little bit of oil on your hands so that the dough doesn't stick, and it's going to help release that dough from the bowl. So just a little bit, you don't need a lot. Coat your hands and then just start going around the edges like so to release that dough, because this is a wet dough. Okay, so we've got that released from the bowl, and we're just going to go ahead and start shaping that. And that oil that you put on your hands, that's going to help. So we'll just keep rolling this. And like I said, it's pretty sticky. It's a wet dough. And we're just going to start shaping it into a loaf. If you need a little bit more oil, put a little bit more oil on your hands. It's not going to hurt the bread. Okay. So there you have it. We have our dough that's shaped into like a loaf, and we're going to put that into our prepared baking dish, just like so. And then because it's got that oil on it from our hands and rolling, we're going to go ahead and take our reserved oats and we're going to sprinkle that all over the top, over the sides of our dough, just like that. Okay. Okay, see that? And then we're going to cover this with our tea towel, and we're going to set this aside for 45 minutes or until it rises up just about an inch or so over the top of your pan. So I have my tea towel here, and we're going to go ahead and just cover this, and we're going to leave it here for 45 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. Let's take a peek and see what we got. Oh, yeah. Okay, that looks really good. Got a good rise on it. We're going to go ahead and get this into the oven. We're going to set the timer for 45 minutes. All right, we've got that in for 45 minutes at 375, and we will be back when this comes out of the oven. All right, our bread's ready. Let's go ahead and pull it out of the oven. Oh, this smells so good. You can smell that maple in the air. It smells amazing. Let's turn this out onto the thing here, so that this will cool off. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. Well, when you turn yours out, just be aware that some of those oats come off. of your bread. But look at that. Oh, that's a gorgeous loaf of bread. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this up. It's still a little bit hot, but I'm pretty eager to see how we did. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. It's got a nice firm crust on it. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Ooh yeah. We're going to have to eat that. Look at that. Oh yeah. Nice and firm on the outside. That is just a gorgeous loaf of bread. I wish you could smell this. That maple, you could smell it in the air. Oh, this is good stuff. I hope you guys give this a try. It's so easy. This is good for sandwiches. It's good for toast in the morning. It's a nice sturdy loaf for even if you wanted to make some garlic bread out of it. Very flavorful. I hope you guys will give this a try. This is the No-Knead Maple Oat Bread, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this. Thanks for watching.